Hello everyone and welcome back to Rivalry Week in NCAA 2004. We are the number 4 team in the country. Here is your conference standings, at least more so the division standings in the SEC. We are currently 11-0, 7-0 in conference. I wanted to show the screen just so you guys know that there's no outside shot for any team that we're playing today, which is Auburn, 8-3, 4-3 in conference. There's no outside shot for anyone to kind of take us over in the Western Division. It looks like Tennessee might lock up the East, I guess, if they win. They probably have to play Vanderbilt, so I think maybe if they lose to Vanderbilt, they won't go, but I would imagine they'll probably beat Vanderbilt. So we're going to look at the bowl rankings again because we're still gracing the cover here, but Miami has overtaken us in the bowl projection, so they are now number 1. So I guess if we win the Iron Bowl today, and I guess the SEC, of course, as well, we would probably end up playing Miami, but that is also subject to change. We could potentially play Texas if we manage to win out too, but we got 2 crucial games to play here. We need to beat our rival Auburn and win our 4th straight Iron Bowl because, yes, we have never lost the Iron Bowl, if you can believe that. We have never lost the Iron Bowl all 3 years. We've kind of, the last 2 years have been close games. We won 29-22 in year number 2 and then 31-28 in year number 3 last season. It was a close one. But we blew them out in year number 1, so we'll see what kind of game we get this year at home in Tuscaloosa. Auburn has been kind of a weird team for us. You know, your rivalry, you can kind of always throw the record out when it comes to your rival, and Auburn is no exception. So they were 6-6 in the first year, and we blew them out. They were 11-2 last year, and we kind of torpedoed their season a bit here because they probably could have at least had an outside shot at the SEC title with Arkansas in the Western Division, but because we beat them, we presumably probably took them completely out of it. And then year number 3, they were 8-6, so they had kind of a loaded season here, not really all that good. And then this year they're a pretty decent team as well, an 8-win team. They're looking to go maybe 8-4 potentially if they do not win. If they do not win today, but they could be 9-3, and they could really kind of ruin our season as well. So we need to really show up big today here in the Iron Bowl and get a win. This is a winnable game. We need to win that game. So this is kind of the big test here. We need to get to the SEC title. This isn't really. I think we still go even if we lose this game, but just we're looking at the BCS. That's what I'm looking at. So 1st and 10 here for Carlos Cobb. He's going to step up in the pocket and unload downfield, and he finds I believe it's Garland. Yeah, it's Garland. He finds Garland downfield, so we haven't seen Garland a lot in the last couple weeks here, but there he is, getting a huge reception. We're flipping the field already, so Auburn's defense forcing a 3rd and 6, so Cobb's going to drop back here. All day to throw here. He's going to go back to that same side of the field and overshoots his man. I think it was Jamil Spears who he tried to hit, but just sent it over his head. It might have been Chad Whitaker who he overshot. So we're going to bring up Ferguson for a field goal. This is a long one, but he absolutely nails it. So Ferguson has had himself a great season here. I think it's a sophomore junior season. I think I have it down here somewhere. Or maybe I didn't. I didn't write down Ferguson's class. That's weird. I have got all the way up to strong safety. Interesting. So another 3rd down here for the Crimson Tide, and Cobb is going to find Jamil Spears across the middle. There's a whole mess of receivers and DB. It's kind of a dangerous ball to try and throw, but he does find an opening and gets it in there, and that's going to be a reception for us, and we're going to continue this drive even further. So get a nice little replay on it as well, because it was a big mess here. It was a tight window for Cobb to try and fit it into, and we know that Cobb is good for a pick or 2 a game. We've been saying it the last couple of weeks, so hopefully we don't see it in this game against Auburn, because it could be a kind of killer for us if he does. So 3rd and 5 now. Again, Auburn's defense is really standing up tall here as Cobb's going to drop back and all day to throw again, and he tries to find Jamil Spears again, and that one nearly intercepted. We were just talking about the interceptions. That one was tipped. Thankfully, the DB was going for the tip and not the pick. So we're going to bring out Ferguson for another long field goal. Man, these ones are long. They're kicking it from about the 40. That's almost, a 50-yarder? Just about. I think that one was close. I think he kicked it from about the 38 or 39-yard line. So that one was close. But he nails it regardless, so 6-0 is your score on a 1st and 19. Auburn struggling to get anything going on offense here. Number 12 finds an open receiver, and he is wide open down the side here as our DBs tried to bite on the ball here a little bit too prematurely, and the receiver is able to get the ball and get all the way in to Crimson Tide territory. So it's Billings who's their top receiver, and Auburn's still running with number 12, who I think we saw last year, maybe even the year before, but he is a returning here, probably a 5th-year senior, I would imagine. And he wants another home run shot here, and that one is nearly picked off by Steve Collins, safety, as number 12 overshot that ball by probably about 5 yards into the end zone. There was nobody home. So on a 4th and 7, Auburn's going to play aggressively because they need a lot out of this game here, and it's going to be picked off on the very next play. So if at first you don't succeed, try again, as Moore, the middle linebacker, is able to get his 4th or 5th interception of his career. The junior gets himself another pick. So it's a big play for us, but still, only 6 points to speak of in the first quarter. Kind of a low-scoring first quarter. It's kind of out of character for us here, but the game is still very much in hand for us as it stands. So we're going to hand off to Lamont Farrell, and he's got some wide open space up the middle. He's going to pick up about 20 yards on the ground here. It's a huge pickup for Lamont Farrell. We haven't seen a lot of big runs from him in the past few weeks here, but he has been rather productive, as you saw his season screen. So Cobb's going to drop back here. He's going to float this one out again to Chad Whitaker along the left sideline. He's going to catch it. That was dropped right in the bucket, man. We love these kind of throws from Cobb because he's just good for him. He's good for these kind of throws. He just finds a way to get him into that area. So 1st and 10, just outside of the red zone here. Cobb's going to drop back again. He's going to float this one out to the middle of the field. And he finds Jamil Spears standing in the end zone here, just kind of mosses a defender. He's going to make that catch every time. And you put him in that kind of situation, he's always going to make that catch. That's why I love having Jamil Spears on this team. He's one of my favorite players on the team. I still love Chris Kelly more, even though he's not that involved. But, I love all my children equally. I'll just say that. So Auburn, once again, trying to get something going on offense. And number 12, I don't even know what that was, dude. He was trying to float it out. It was like a Hail Mary type play, but I don't even know. His receivers weren't even in the area. So Ben Matthews gets himself another interception for his career. And we got this one going the other way. And Carlos Cobb is going to find Chris Kelly all the way downfield. See, there he is, my favorite child, my chosen child. Right down the middle, he gets himself a huge reception. Again, another receiver we don't talk to too terribly often this year. We haven't really needed to. But he comes up big there. And Lamont Farrell getting his name called again with another big pickup right up the middle. It's the C's part. Our big offensive line able to push Auburn's defensive line a little bit and create some space for Lamont Farrell. So we're going to hand this one off to number 15, the fullback. And he's going to finish off what we started, or what Lamont Farrell rather started, and get into the end zone for another Crimson Tide touchdown. So we are moving here on offense. We are finally kind of opening the score a little bit here. That one's going to put it in a pretty poor spot for Auburn. They're down 20-0 now. So on a 3rd and 2 in our territory, they got to get pretty aggressive. They're going to hand it off to the fullback here, fake the option, and give it to the fullback, and he's going to pick up the first down. Not a heck of a lot more, but it's enough for the first and a fresh set of downs. So they will absolutely take that. So on a 3rd and 10 now for the Auburn Tiger offense. Number 12 is going to roll out, finds this one across the middle, and on a 3rd down, you can't give up big plays like that. They had 2 receivers in the area who could have made that catch, and they only needed 1 to make the catch, and he absolutely did. So it's going to be a fresh set of downs and a new lease on life for this Auburn offensive drive. But another 3rd down, our defense is fighting hard, and number 12 pump fakes, and he's going to get absolutely gobbled up here by Jamal Mullins, the junior left outside linebacker. He's going to get inside and get to the quarterback. So 4th and 6 for Auburn, just a minute left in the first half. They're going to try and get at least 3 points, and they're going to run for a fake, actually, and then the ball's going to get batted at the line. So they're going to run the fake field goal, and it's not going to work out. So they're going to end up empty-handed on that drive, and they really needed the points. So I don't know if I would have tried that here this early on in the game. So under a minute left to go, and Cobb wants the home run ball, and he gets it. And that was Jamil Spears along the sideline who hauls that in. I mean, dude, he is just, what can he do? What can he not do? On a 3rd and 5, we need a handful, but we're probably going to get more knowing this offense. And Lamont Farrell busts up the middle yet again, and that's his 3rd pretty impressive run here up the middle. He's just been absolutely feasting right north and south in this game. So on 1st and 10, Cobb steps up into a collapsing pocket, and he finds Chad Whitaker in the end zone for another Crimson Tide touchdown. Good Lord. Can you guys believe what you're seeing? It's about to be 27-0 in the first half. We are absolutely feasting on Auburn's defense right now. They have absolutely zero answers for our high-powered skill position players and our very important offense, man. We are just absolutely clowning these guys. So the first half comes to a close. We drop 27 on Auburn. No answer for them. And it's not like we're completely outclassing them. We are the better team, but, I mean, still, they've got no answer. And number 12 is going to throw up another interception to Moore. He's going to throw up his 2nd interception to the same guy as Demetrius Moore, the junior, gets his 2nd interception of the game, and Auburn just cannot seem to buy themselves any points, man. They cannot get themselves out of this hole. They are really, really struggling as we look like we might be on our way to clinching our 4th straight Iron Bowl victory. Auburn just can't get it. So Cobb's going to lay up a deep ball here to Chris Kelly. Now it's a dangerous one. Again, the DB tries to read the pass here, and he misses it. Mistimes his jump by maybe an inch or so, and Chris Kelly's in perfect position to catch this one, and he is off to the races for another Crimson Tide touchdown. And I mean, that's that's got to be the nail in the coffin, man. The backups are going to begin in the fourth quarter, and they would add another touchdown themselves, and Auburn would also finally get a garbage time touchdown, and the score 41-7 would hold, and that is going to be the score of the fourth Iron Bowl. And, man, that's got to be a fireable offense for Auburn. If you're Auburn, man, I don't know how you bounce back from that one. So that's the new biggest margin of victory here in the Iron Bowl history with Sick Nabin, as 24-0 was the previous high, and we've just completely trounced through that. So we secure our perfect season, 12-0. We went perfect in the regular season, but we still have at least one more game to play before we can really start reaping those benefits. So Auburn was ranked, too. Can you believe that? They were ranked in this game, and they just had absolutely no answer. They even kind of matched us in rushing production. So normally when we win games like this, rushing is kind of a big problem. We were bad on third down. I don't even know how this game happened. Maybe it's just the big chunk plays. Carlos Cobb was just absolutely feasting with our receivers, which probably makes a lot more sense because, our receiving core was absolutely beasting in this game, man. Auburn held the ball game, too, and just couldn't do anything with it. God, what a lopsided game, man. Just absolutely nuts. So 10 for 15 for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns. He didn't even throw the pick, the guaranteed pick that he always throws. So Carlos Cobb cleaning things up here in the Iron Bowl. So I'll take it, man, because he needs to be in tip-top form heading into the final weeks of the season because, we're now about to play our 2 biggest games, potentially, if we win the SEC Championship. So next week is going to be the biggest game of our year, and if we win, it's going to be the second biggest game because we're going to have to be playing in the BCS Title game. So we finally move up to third, so someone in front of us finally lost, I guess, but we are going to be taking on Tennessee in the SEC Title in the next game. So hope you guys enjoy, and I hope to see you guys in the next video because it's going to be massive. I hope to see you guys in Atlanta when we take on Tennessee for the SEC Title, our second shot at it.